Mandy here, and here is my review on corsets that I have been trying and testing, and my first is the Pink Shape of You. This is made of 9 flexi boning. I don't think it's made of steel. It's an 11-inch long corset, which is a moderate standard fit. My review on the Pink Shape of You is, I found because of it being 11 inches long, it was too long for my torso as I am a 9-inch. I found it was comfortable, but it wasn't firm enough because it was long and it was loose and it began to wrinkle and creased. The quality in this material is very thin and very breathable, and with the clasps here, they're only a half an inch. It's just a half an inch between the clasps, so you wouldn't get much out of this corset and you wouldn't have much room to play with. And there's only one stitch down the boning as well on the inside. So for discretion, you would probably get away with wearing the underclothes if it fits you properly, but because of the wrinkling at the sides, for me, I would not have got away with it if I wore a tight top. The effectiveness, I just didn't find it effective in losing inches, or I didn't find it effective in cinching my waist. And I didn't find it supported me because of the flexi boning were not steel. I think they're just plastic. It's just really just very flimsy and papery, and the quality is just not great. And because there's only a half an inch between the clips, you would only be going down in half inches in your waist instead of inches. So it's not very effective, I don't think. So the cost of this, it was probably one of the first ones I purchased, which is months ago. So I have actually lost a receipt off this one. So I do think it was around the €20 mark. And I would rate this 4 out of 10. Next up we have the Yana corset waist trainer. And what this is made from is cotton, spandex and latex. And this was made in China. It has 9 flexi steel boning, and it is only 9 inches long, which is different. This is 11, and this small one here is a 9-inch. And there's 11 clips down the row, and it has stitching between each row, and it also is an inch as well, which is much better because you go down, you lose inches instead of half inches. So my review on this Yana was it was easy to put on. I didn't have a struggle being small. I found I was on the last class though. Once again, it was too big and it was too loose. And if you can fit your whole arm or hand down the corsets when you have them on, you need to move on to the next corset already, or the next clip, which shouldn't really happen when you first purchase a corset. And because the rubber material, even though it was big, it didn't slide all over the place. It did kind of cling to my skin. So the quality was good, as in the materials it was made from, which was spandex, cotton, latex, and the space between the clips are good. If it fit, I probably would have got longevity out, and it probably would have been a bit more effective for me. I felt it big again, but I felt it was a nice feel to material, but because of the holes in this, it was very breathable. It didn't make me sweat, and I kind of felt cold. It wouldn't have felt warm, whereas usually when you put these on, that you heat up very quick and it generates heat around your torso area. It did work for my posture, I found, because there's a steel flexi bone in this that it made me very aware of my posture. It did make me sit upright. And the hooks are very thick on this also as well, which is good quality. It's a good quality belt. I had double lining in it as well, which is great. The discretion, it does hide well under your clothes, and because of the colour, you would get away with kind of wearing any tops that are light. It's thicker than the pink one and the Shape of You, and it's also a bit heavier, so it's a bit better quality. It was $19.35 for this. That was the cost. And I would rate this, I would probably give it a 7 out of 10 for the Yana. Next up we have the Luxe Health corset, and this is made from nylon, spandex, natural latex and cotton. It's 7 inches long at the back, 7 inches long at the back, and it was 9 inches long at the front. That's the difference between the yarn. And it had an inch between each clasp as well, which is very good because you have an inch to lose before you move on to the next one. It was a size extra small, and it has 2 hooks for hanging, which is very good as well. Great idea. So my review on the Luxe Health small torso, which is a 9 inch, was the comfort. I found very comfortable. Also, again, I was disappointed as being an X small. I still was on the last hook, which gave me no room to play with again. It was nice. There was a nice silk feeling from it, but still it wasn't tight enough to generate heat or to make me sweat. It did keep me warm. The quality is silky and heavy and thick, and the hooks are thick, and it didn't wrinkle. It didn't support me tightly, maybe because because it didn't fit. The effectiveness was small torso, good fit. I didn't get to wear it long enough because I was straight on the third clip when I put it on. So I didn't really get to see the full effect of this. And it did make me sweat, but it was very comfortable and it is great quality. And the discretion, it does hide well under your clothes. And I would wear undergarments, under or over, because it has a nice look to it. The cost of this, which you can tell because the quality is great in it, was $54.99 in dollars. I would give this a rate 7 out of 10 for the Luxe Health small torso corset. And the last one here we have, it's a Miss Molly corset. What is this made from? This is the Miss Molly. This is made from spandex, latex and cotton. Okay, I'll give you a proper look of them all when I'm finished. This was made in Colombia. There's a 1/2 inch between the clips. Once again, this is not a good thing. Only has 4 bones in this. It's a moderate standard fit. It's 11 inches long. There's 16 clips down each row. The comfort, I found it very uncomfortable. I could not wait to get it off me. Even though it was small and it was tight on me, it made me feel sick. So whatever it is in this material and the lack of bones, I just found that it creased a lot and it caused a big slouch. So it was squeezing on my smallest part of my waist, which was compressing, which was beginning to make me feel sick. So I actually needed to take it off as soon as I put it on. One sec. So yeah, it was compressing my size and I couldn't keep it on for long. The quality is just flimsy and there was no boning, and it was too long again for my torso, and it caused a lot of rippling and pouching. It's a bit like the pink one. The effectiveness, it just was not comfortable, and the cost, which I don't think it was really worth, which was $14.80. I would actually rate that just 2 out of 10. I wouldn't wear it again. I didn't like it. So that was, what we call that, was the Miss Molly. And we have the Yana that I tried. And we also have the Luxe Health that I tried. And the first one that I tried was the Pink Shape of You. Now, the reason why I'm trying all these corsets is because I'm in search of the ultimate corset. So, what I would like for people to do for me, if you're interested in corset waist training with me, which is moving up from the waist trainer, if you remember what the waist trainer is, onto the corset, which is, mine will have 9 bones in it. But what I need to know from people is, if they are interested, I need you to send me in measurements of the smallest part of your waist and also the length of your torso, so we can get the sizing right. So I'll actually do a little demonstration here. So what you do is you get your measuring tape and you measure in inches, and you have this steel clasp here. On your left hand, you pull it around just above the smallest part of your waist, which is just above your belly button, which is, I am a 25, 26, which in our corset size would be 23 to 26. You would be an XXX small. Excuse me. If you're a 27 to a 28 inches around your waist, you're an XX small, which is just 2 X's. If you're a 29 inch around your waist to a 30, you are an extra small. If you go from a 31, 32, 33, you are only a size small in the waist. If you go from a 34 to a 35 to a 36, you are going to be a medium in the waist. If you go from a 37 to a 38 to a 39, you're going to be a large in the waist. And last but not least, we have a 40 to a 41, which will give you an XL. Actually, no, we do go up more. Sorry about that. We have a 42 to a 43, which is a 2XL. From 44 all the way up to 47, we have 3XL, which is what you are in the waist. 48, 49 and 50, you will be a 4XL, and that's how high up the corsets will go in waist. Now, the other thing you need to do is to measure your length. So, you come from just under your bust all the way down to your hip, and you measure from the front part and not the side, because if you have some excess weight, you need to go around it, which will add on 2 inches. I'm a 9 inch, which is I'm a small torso, which I'll show you. This is a small torso. This is a 9 inch corset with 9 bones. And in this corset, we have an inch between each clasp, which you will lose an inch every time. This in length is the 11 inch, which is a moderate length for standard people. So your choice will be if you're a small torso, which is a 9 inch, or you're going to be the long torso. So if anyone is interested in upping your game and moving on to corset waist training, I have given you the measurements, which is our measurements from our size chart, that you would be if you rewind this and pause it. And if you send me in the measurements and your torso length, then we know exactly what size you are in waist in the corset and what length you are, and that will make it much easier for both of us to get it right on the first purchase. So anyone that's interested in corset waist training, from waist training with myself, Burner, send me a PM with your waist size and your torso length, and we'll get started as soon as possible. Thank you.